If you want to go to heaven, you got to go His way. He said, no man comes to the Father but by me. No man comes to the Father but by me, by Jesus, by His way. You know, when the disciples first began to follow the commands of God after Christ's resurrection and ascension, they were called the way. The church, the movement, the Christianity movement was called the way. And the reason they called it the way, because they knew He was the only way. The way, the truth, and the life.
Yes.
Amen. I'm glad I'm going the right way.
Amen.
Amen. Man, there was a day that I wasn't going the right way.
Me too.
But I'm going the right way now. And once I got on the path going the right way, I want to continue to walk the right way. Amen. You know, I seen a bumper sticker years ago. You've heard me quote it. The way to heaven is to turn right and go straight. Amen.
I like that.
And so we just got to keep walking. He said that it's a straight and narrow way which finds eternal life.
Yes.
Mama Walter said when I first got saved, I would walk and I would find myself stumbling a little bit and I would get off the line. But the closer I got to Jesus, the more narrow that line becomes. And she said, now I feel like I'm walking a tightrope. Amen. And it's okay because He gives you the ability to walk the tightrope. Because see, the things that you once enjoyed doing, you no longer enjoy.
Right.
People say, I can't serve God because I can't give up this or that. When you come to Christ, it's such a great experience that none of these other things please you anymore. Amen? So you don't have to run around and do all the things you used to do that you were trying to find satisfaction. Because satisfaction came the moment Jesus came in.
Amen.
I heard a song, you've heard it many times, by Mick Jagger. Mick Jagger says, I can't get no satisfaction. And I read an article, this was in the 90s, I think no, it was in the 80s, I read this article, I believe, 80s or 90s. And they said that Mick Jagger once said, I sung a song in the 60s saying, I can't get no satisfaction. He said, I can't see myself in the 80s singing that song. But yet here it is, the 90s and the 2000s and now the teens. And he's still singing, I can't get no satisfaction. And I couldn't find satisfaction, baby. Man, I did drugs, I got high, I drank, I partied, I slept with every girl I had an opportunity to. I made as much money as I possibly could. I had a brand new van I drove, and I was miserable. I couldn't find satisfaction. And all of a sudden, I gave myself to Jesus. I said, Jesus, forgive me of my sins. I'm sorry, I don't want to go to hell. Please save me. Make a way for me to go to heaven. And the next morning, I woke up and the grass was greener and the sky was bluer and the trees were greener and more vibrant. Life was vibrant. And I was amazed. I walked out and I'm looking at everything and I couldn't believe how vibrant everything was, how exciting everything was, because I finally found life. I was a walking dead man walking. You know, they call that when a man's in prison on death row and they're taking him to the death chamber, they call that death man walking. Dead men walking. We were all dead men walking. And then one day we got delivered, we got revived. The dead came alive. We got pardoned. Ezekiel had a vision of a bunch of dry bones, and all of a sudden God said, speak life to them. And they begin to come together, and he's seen the flesh begin to grow back, and the tendons and the different inner parts of the body begin to form on these bones. And they rose up a great army. Folks, he's talking about you and I. He's talking about saints all over the world that are not affected by the affairs of this world. That's not affected by fear of man, concern what man might say. I'm gonna stand for Christ in the midst of all opposition.
Amen.
God says that's the army I've raised up. We've been raised up to preach the Word of God. We've been raised up to live for Christ.
Yes.
At home, at work, at the store. No matter where you're at.
At all.
We've been called.
That's right.
To be risen as a mighty army of God. We should have this honor. We should have this desire to honor Him. Man, I know I sing this song all the time, but I like it. I like this song. Bring it on. This is my desire to honor you, Lord, with all my heart. I worship you. All I have within me, I give you praise. All that I adore is in you. Lord, I give you my heart. I give you my soul. I live for you alone. Every breath that I take, every moment I'm away. Lord, have your way in me. This is my desire to honor you, Lord, with all my heart. I worship you. All I have within me, I give you praise. All that I adore is in you. Lord, I give you my heart. I give you my soul. I live for you alone. Every breath that I take, every moment I'm away. Lord, have your way in me. Every breath that I take, every moment I'm away. Lord, have your way in me. Every breath that I take, every moment I'm away. Lord, have your way in me. Every breath that I take, every moment I'm away. Lord, have your way in me. Lord, I give you my heart. I give you my soul. I live for you alone. Every breath that I take, every moment I'm away. Lord, have your way in me. Lord, I love you, Jesus. Oh, Lord, I love you, Jesus. Oh,